Sometimes, one decision in Washington can change the lives of millions around the world. If you're an immigrant, a student, or a worker hoping to build a future in the United States, 2025 might bring new challenges. Many people from across Asia dream of working legally in America, but upcoming visa policies could make that dream harder to reach. Today, we'll look carefully and calmly at 7 Asian countries that may face strict limits under possible Trump administration policies, and what this really means for ordinary people who just want a fair chance. Let's begin. Number 7. Vietnam. For years, thousands of Vietnamese citizens have come to the U.S. for work and study opportunities, but now that door may be narrowing. The main reason is ongoing trade and labor disagreements between the two nations. American officials have often raised concerns about weak labor protections and unfair trading practices in Vietnam. That tension influences how the U.S. views worker visa programs. There's also a political angle. Vietnam's growing partnership with China, a nation often seen as America's economic rival, has made U.S. policymakers cautious. As a result, applications for American work visas from Vietnam are facing tighter scrutiny. For ordinary Vietnamese students, healthcare staff, and factory workers, this means longer waiting times, stricter documentation checks, and sometimes denials without clear explanation. It doesn't mean every visa will be refused, but the path forward is becoming more uncertain for Vietnamese professionals hoping to build long-term careers in the United States. Number 6. India. India has long been one of the largest sources of skilled professionals for the U.S., especially in technology, medicine, and engineering. But under America First policies, that trend may slow down. The main concern lies in the H-1B and other employment-based visa categories. These programs allow U.S. companies to hire foreign specialists when no American worker is available. Yet recent policy discussions show an intention to limit them further. Many Indian families have already felt the impact: more interviews, longer processing times, and higher rejection rates. Even talented professionals with years of experience face uncertainty. Students hoping to train or intern in the U.S. must now provide extra documentation and proof that their work will not replace an American worker. This doesn't mean opportunities will disappear completely, but Indian citizens planning to relocate for career growth should prepare for stricter requirements and longer waits in 2025. Number 5. Iran. Iran's case is largely political. Years of tension between Washington and Tehran have resulted in multiple travel restrictions and security reviews. These policies are not aimed at individuals, but they still deeply affect ordinary people seeking work abroad. For Iranian professionals, engineers, healthcare workers, or teachers, visa approval has become extremely difficult. Applicants face extra background checks, frequent denials, and extended waiting times. Even when highly skilled, Iranian citizens rarely receive approval for U.S. employment visas. This ongoing situation forces many to look toward Europe, Canada, or regional programs in the Middle East instead. Unless diplomatic relations improve, 2025 will likely remain a challenging year for Iranians hoping to legally work in the United States. Number 4. Cuba. Although Cuba is geographically close to the U.S., political distance still plays a major role. For decades, relations between the two countries have been complicated, and that continues to shape immigration policy. The Trump administration has consistently taken a firm stance on Cuba, especially around migration control. Many Cubans seeking employment in healthcare, hospitality, or service industries face more document requests, interviews, and rejections. The U.S. government aims to manage migration numbers carefully and prevent unregulated flows of workers. For Cuban families hoping to reunite or build new careers through employment-based visas, this creates painful delays. Even students pursuing professional experience in America encounter limited pathways. In 2025, Cuban citizens must prepare for stricter screening and fewer opportunities to work legally in the U.S. Number 3. Laos. Laos is a small but growing Southeast Asian nation, and many of its citizens dream of gaining international experience to support their families. However, the U.S. tends to prioritize countries with stronger bilateral labor agreements and clearer legal frameworks. Laos does not yet meet those standards fully. This has made American work visas for Laotian citizens rare and slow. Most applicants come from agriculture, hospitality, or manual labor backgrounds, but current policies give preference to U.S. workers in these fields. Even students or skilled professionals from Laos face long delays and strict documentation reviews. For 2025, this means Laotian applicants should not rely solely on U.S. employment programs. Instead, they may need to explore alternative countries for career opportunities or remote work options that connect to international companies. Number 2. Myanmar. Myanmar's recent political instability has drawn attention from governments around the world. The U.S. has expressed concern over human rights issues and governance challenges, and these concerns directly affect immigration policy. Under a stricter administration, employment-based visas for Myanmar citizens may be paused or extremely limited. Even highly educated applicants in healthcare, IT, or education face steep barriers. The U.S. requires employers to prove that no qualified American can fill the same role, and that proof is harder to demonstrate for applicants from countries under political scrutiny. For Myanmar families, students, and professionals, it's important to plan for other possibilities. Neighboring countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore often offer regional work programs. Remote freelancing and digital jobs can also create international income without depending on U.S. visa approval. The key message is stay flexible, keep learning, and continue growing, even when the U.S. path becomes uncertain. Number 1. Pakistan. Finally, Pakistan. Among all the nations on this list, Pakistani applicants may face some of the toughest restrictions under Trump-era visa policies. The main reason is national security. Certain regions and activities in Pakistan are viewed as higher risk, which leads to extensive background checks and frequent denials, even for legitimate professionals. Skilled workers in IT, medicine, and engineering often experience long waiting periods, additional documentation demands, and unclear outcomes. Many families who hoped to relocate through employment programs are left in limbo. Yet, it's important to remember, restrictions do not mean the end of opportunity. Pakistanis can still build global careers by seeking options in the Middle East, Europe, or Asia-Pacific countries. Online work, freelancing, and entrepreneurship are rising alternatives for those who want to work with U.S. companies without physically moving. Investing in international certifications, improving English communication, and building professional networks across borders can help maintain steady career growth, even in uncertain times. Every immigration story begins with hope, the hope to work hard, support loved ones, and live with dignity. Policies may shift, administrations may change, but determination and preparation always open new paths. So, wherever you are watching from, keep learning, stay informed, and don't give up on your dreams. Thank you for watching Legal Focus USA. If you found this update helpful, please subscribe for more trusted U.S. immigration news, policy explanations, and legal insights explained clearly every week.